Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Hi, this is James. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, the purpose of my call is to inform you that the state has recently approved a new final expense whole life insurance. What it does, it is going to cover 100% cost of your funerals, burials, or cremation expenses. And it will also give you an option to leave some money for your loved ones. So would you like to learn more about it?
Yes.
Cool. Let me ask you this. Are you between the age of 40 and 80?
Yes.
Great. I'm just going to quickly connect you with a product specialist right away. Please hold on. Thank you so much for taking this call. This is Smart with Campaign Code. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. While I'm the verification agent here, my job is to verify the information and help you to get the codes and all the information you need. How old are you?
67.
67 years old. I'll guide you. And God forbid, do you have any kind of major health conditions like COPD, dementia, any kind of heart condition?
No.
Sounds perfect. On which plan would you like to get more information on, like burial plan or cremation plan?
Burial plan.
Burial plan, all right. We're definitely going to help you out. If you find something beneficial, who will be your beneficiary? Like your son, your daughter, your spouse, your grandkids?
My daughter can do it.
Okay, all right, get you. And we do offer some discount if you got checking or saving account. So do you have an active saving or checking account?
Yes.
Sounds perfect. Are you a smoker or non-smoker?
Non-smoker.
Sounds great. That's all the information I was looking to verify. Now I'm going to connect your call with my insurance license agent and your zip code, and he will gonna quote you a price on that. If you find something cheaper and beneficial, then you go ahead. Otherwise, there will be no cost, no obligation. Okay, man? Can you please confirm me your 5-digit zip code?
90813.
And how do you say your first and last name?
Lindsay Gardner.
Catch you. Thank you so much. Right. So, Mr. Lindsay, I just need your permission to connect your call with my insurance license agent. Even if your number is on any state or federal, do not call. Do I have your permission to connect your call?
Yes.
All right, catch you. Thank you so much. Just need to let him know that you want to see some option on like burial plan, and they were going to help you with that. All right. Are you taking any kind of medication?
No.
You don't, me?
No.
Oh, that sounds great. All right. I really appreciate your precious time. So you may get some ringing. You don't need to worry about that. It's me connecting your call with my insurance license agent and your zip code. Okay, ma'am?
Good afternoon. My name is Shaquille with Impact Insurance. I understand that you're looking for some life insurance options today. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's perfect. I can assist you with that. Now, to get started, I do need to ask you a few qualifying questions. These are just pre-existing condition questions.
She asked me if I've ever had a cancer, a heart attack, a stroke, diabetes type 1 or 2, or if I'm a smoker, my age, my state of residence, my zip code, my budget, and my date of birth. I hate to interrupt the calls this much, but I do it with final expense costs just to kind of speed it along because they're very long and boring and people won't watch them. So I try to cut as much as I can, though then I lose the time savings by rambling like this. Anyway.
All right, so based on the information you provided and your budget and everything you mentioned, I do see here where you qualify for a face amount of $15,000, and this comes to you monthly at $70.05. This is based on your age, the fact that you're perfectly healthy and you do not smoke, and also based on the state you reside in. All right, so we can get you approved today as there are no medical questions, no medical exams, or phone interviews. You can just start your application right now. And to formally apply, I'll need your first and last name, your full address, and your social security number to verify your identity. But yeah, so we are Impact Insurance, and the carrier that will be providing your coverage is Prosperity Life Group. So they're the ones, and it's A+, A-rated, which is why there are no medical exams or phone interviews. So we get you approved, right away, and your coverage will take effect right away based on the fact that you're at a level graded, you're perfectly healthy, so we can get you approved this moment.
Do you know?
All right, so we just need your.
Do you know if your group has a website? I know you guys are brokers, so it wouldn't be the website of the insurance company. It would be like your employer. Do you know if they have one?
Well, I do know that you could visit Prosperity Life Group to see the offerings that are there.
Right.
What we're providing you on the phone at this time.
It would be the same, I'm sure, because you're just going to they just happen to be the cheapest price when you looked up the different companies.
It would actually be less expensive on my end to quote to you as opposed to you going as a regular customer trying to get a quote yourself.
Yeah. I also don't want to deal with having to fill out the application myself. So if you're doing it for me, that's even better. And I save money. What more could you want? Who was I talking to before I talked to you?
Transfer representative. Were you transferred over to me?
Yes.
Yes. So they gather the leads together and vet each customer as they call in to see how they can assist, if they should transfer over or if they should disconnect.
Oh, but you're under the assumption that the customers call into them and then they pass them off to you.
Yes.
They don't cold
or
call
sometimes they reach out and call. Sometimes it's outbound and inbound. I'm not sure how they gather the leads, but we get them on our end to provide quotations to.
Right.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. Classic lead generation. When I was in sales, we had something similar.
So you understand.
I don't really know where they got my number from, but it's not really important. Let's continue. So,
well, have you ever purchased any form of health insurance or any type of coverage? Your name will always be in the system. This is America.
That's true. I gotta say, this is also one of the fastest I've ever been connected to a life insurance agent. Normally for the final expense calls, I go through like 3 Indian agents and have to faff around with the Indians for like 30 minutes before I get to a US agent. So getting to a US person in like 3 minutes is lightning speed. Anyway, Shaquille verifies my banking information, my phone number, what state I was born in, and we talk about the weather and stuff, my California license number, and my email. And then
we got a little kickback. I just want to verify everything for you, which is why I was spelling everything.
Basically, I didn't pass verification. So we go through and we re-verify my name, my date of birth, my social, my license number, all that stuff. I called this out because it's just really boring. Again, I normally don't cut this much from a phone call. We're about 21 minutes into the call, but about 7 minutes into the video. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. I think you guys would prefer to have a condensed version so it's not as boring, but the point of this is to listen to the calls, so let me know. But anyway, so we're going through the whole rigmarole of making sure everything is correct because the system's not liking Lindsay.
All right, so Lindsay, I'm still here with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the application. I'm not sure if it's a system glitch because your information, you verified it, and I do believe you.
You really shouldn't. So I just sit on hold for like 10 minutes while she goes through the entire application again from scratch. She did ask me what Long Beach is like and what I do for fun and if I've ever met any celebrities because like I live in Los Angeles, right? But I explained that the celebrities are all in Beverly Hills or different wealthier parts of LA and they would never really come down to Long Beach. They have no reason to. I genuinely did feel a little bad that she's wasting so much time on an application that's never going to go through. But I mean, hey, if you don't want me to waste your time, don't use fucking Indian scammers for your leads, huh? Eventually she says,
all right, so guess what? We figured out the issue. The kickback was the state. I was trying to, I thought it was selecting California, but it was registered in Colorado for some reason. So we changed that. All right, so it should be smooth sailing from here. Wow, thank you so much, Lindsay, for your patience.
So she goes on to do the application for a 3rd time. I mean, she did ask me if this was my first life insurance policy, and I had mentioned that I worked in sales before when we were talking about the Indians, so she asked me what my sales job was, and I fed her some bullshit about how I work for the solar industry. By the way, my expose on the solar industry is still in the works, and it's going to be great, so please subscribe. But the majority of this call lasted an hour, but it was mostly just dead air while she's just sitting there working on the application on my behalf. So that's good for me because it saves on the editing and it makes it a nice short video that hopefully you guys will watch. But anyway, so she's doing the application for the 3rd time and...
Yes, so I thought I was successful and I still got a kickback. Just please bear with me. I already quoted you and we're going to get this done today.
Okay.
Not sure why it's such a struggle, but you're getting your coverage today. All right, so there's a code that's going to be sent to you in a text message. Please confirm if you've received it, please.
So she texts me the code. I provide it to her. I also open the link because I'm nosy, but it's just this, which is just a bog standard sort of HIPAA release form. I've seen this every time I've had people try to sign me up for a prosperity group. It's pretty bog standard. While she's doing whatever she's doing in the background, she asks me if I have any pets, my license number again, my daughter's name and date of birth. We're like 50 minutes into the phone call at this point. It's just a ton of dead silence while she's working on whatever she's doing. You mentioned percentages. Is there a limit to how many beneficiaries you can have?
So you can have up to 3 beneficiaries.
Can I, as a joke, like include someone I don't like, be like, all right, Uncle Clay, I don't really like you. You get 1%. Congratulations. Like 99% goes to Julie. You get 1%. As a
Wow,
joke.
you want to be petty.
I mean, 1% was still, a chunk of change, but like let's say you had 3 sons and one you just didn't like, so you'd be like, all right.
You're troubled.
She asks for my banking details, the address on the checking account, when I want my first payment to be drafted. She re-verifies my name, the account number. I think she was having trouble with the bank account, so she just kept re-verifying information. She sends me another code via text message, as you saw, which I give to her, and then...
Okay, so we're all set, and your application is now successfully submitted. So this is where I tell you, and this is important for you to know, you may get some more phone calls from agents, insurance agents, considering you put your information online. If you chat with them, just let them know you already purchased a policy with Impact Insurance Company, and that there were no medical exams or phone interviews, so you're all set, okay?
I didn't put my information online. Some random Indian scammer called me, unsolicited, illegally, and transferred me to you. Anyway, that's it. By the way, a 1-hour phone call condensed to just 11 minutes. If you're impressed, smash that like button. Well then, let's get to the investigation, shall we? So Shaquille is Shaquille Greenfield, and I know because that's what she texted me, along with, supposedly, her direct line. This 0169 number that it was sent from, when called, just plays endless hold music. The one time I got connected, and this happened.
Yes, hi. Are you interested in enrolling in a $0 health plan for 2025 today?
I said yes. He asked for my zip code. I gave him my Long Beach zip code, and then he said there are no plans available in my area and hung up before I could even ask what company or service I had reached. This bottom 1928 callback number also exhibits similar behavior. It just plays hold music and says to wait while I get connected to the next available agent. So this is definitely not her direct line. Granted, this was several months ago, so it's possible that things have changed. Maybe at one time it was her direct line and now it's not, but that's where these phone numbers go now. All right, so the phone is a dud. I did not play this part of the phone call, but Shaquille mentioned that she lives in Florida. So off to the Florida Department of Insurance licensee lookup. There's only one Shaquille Greenfield, and here she is. This is her license number. This 311 North University Drive address is just like an office park, like a business center. So you won't be able to see the business or anything on the thing. And this building does not have a directory, at least one that's online. So there's no way to confirm if this is where their office actually is. We have an email address, and again, because of YouTube's privacy guidelines, as this is her personal email address, I have to censor it. It's against YouTube's rules to publish this, but I have to stress this is completely public information that you could look up and find yourself if you wanted to. Curiously, this email is at ahgaca.com. But when you go to that website, it just says, we're under construction. Please check back for an update soon. This seems like a healthcare thing because it has ACA at the end for Affordable Care Act. We have her full name as Shaquille Kimon Greenfield. Her mailing address is that same University Drive office building. And this phone number, this 888 phone number, actually goes to an organization or a company called Enhance Health. When you call it, this happens.
Hi, this is Sherry Prasad, licensed agent with Enhance Health on a recorded line. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. Lindsay, it's my job today to see if I can get you qualified for the tax credits. I will be asking a couple questions. Now, do you currently have Medicare, Medicaid, VA, TRICARE, employer coverage, or any other health insurance?
Considering that she sold me life insurance, I'm not sure why all her things are pointing towards health insurance. But regardless, that's all I could pull up on Shaquille. But I'm just getting started. If you remember when Shaquille texted me one time passcodes, it included links. And the first link, as I mentioned, was just a HIPAA disclosure, but the second link had the actual application PDF. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because that would be boring, but I'm going to zero in on the agent's certification. And so you have, does this person have another policy? No. Is this a replacement? No. Agent number, whatever. Print agent name, Nicholas Bergami. Who the fuck is Nicholas Bergami? I'm working with Shaquille. This telephone number is his personal telephone number, so I have to censor it. This email, again, is personal, so I have to censor it. But his email is with Shield Life Agency or Shield Life Agency, since it's missing the E. There's also this financial products disclosure. And again, agent name, please print Nicholas Bergami. Who the fuck is Nicholas Bergami? Well, I asked Shaquille. Who's Nicholas?
That's my manager.
Oh, he doesn't let you sign your own contracts? What is this?
No, that's just how he's our
2024.
overseer.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, do you get credit, though, for it? Because you did the application, so, like, if he's keeping the money and you're doing the work...
I do. I do. I'm just a very good agent.
Yeah, it's me. You do the work, but it's his name on the paperwork. That's unfair.
Because he has higher qualifications to, what would you say, manage this platform.
Presumably, he's a licensed agent because he has to be the agent on record on this application. And since he's the manager, presumably he's also licensed in Florida. So if we go to the Florida Department of Insurance, license search again, there's only one Nicholas Bergami. And here he is. So his license number, he has the same 311 North University Drive address as Shaquille. There's that same email again, it's Shield Life Agency. But if you go to that website, hey look, this looks familiar. We're under construction. Please check back for an update soon. His name is Nicholas J. Bergami. Mailing address is the same, and he has that same 888 phone number that Shaquille has, and this is NPN. Now, Shaquille's explanation for why his name is on the record is that he's the manager and he has higher qualifications. But here's what I think actually happened. If you recall, this policy is with SUSA Life Insurance Company Incorporated. They said Prosperity Life. It also goes by SBLI. It's all the same shit, but S.USA Life Insurance. Now, if we look at Shaquille's appointments for life, she's got Cigna, Health and Life Insurance Group, Washington National Insurance Company, Bankers Life, Colonial Penn, etc. However, I don't see SUSA on here. But if we look at Nicholas's appointments, look at the very top, life including variable, SUSA Life Insurance Company. So Nicholas is the agent on record for this application because he's actually appointed to be able to sell SUSA policies. Shaquille isn't, even though she's the one who went through the entire application. I don't know if that's legal or within the policies of the insurance companies, but they did it. Now, to be clear, I never spoke with Nicholas once throughout this entire process. It's just that it's his name on the paperwork. However, he did text me about a month after this application happened to let me know, that they worked my insurance policy, but they couldn't verify the information. They want to re-verify. Please contact him. This phone number, which by the way, the sending phone number and the callback number actually match this time. This number, when called, just says,
"The person at extension 30945 is unavailable. Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key."
However, I do have his direct cell phone number from the application, and so I did call him as part of this investigation. I'm not going to play that call, but the short and the sweet of it is that he no longer works for Impact Insurance. He hasn't for a couple months now. He doesn't really know what happened to the company. He didn't run it. He just doesn't work there anymore. In fact, he doesn't sell life insurance at all anymore. I didn't ask him for the company website or what's up with his email being with Shield Life Agency or any of those discrepancies. I just didn't, he doesn't work there anymore, so there's no reason to pester him with questions, at least I felt. So is this a scam? I don't think so. For one, the people we dealt with are actually licensed agents in the state of Florida. The codes they sent me were real. The application itself was real. There is a registered Impact Insurance in the state of Florida, though I'm not sure which one of these is the one I actually dealt with. I think what happened in this scenario is the same as any of the other companies on this list. The people who run the company chose to hire shady overseas scam call centers, violating the do not call list to do their lead generation, and I get passed off to one of their employees who has no idea that this is happening. I'm still a little confused as to why Nicholas claims to work for Impact Insurance, but he has a Shield Life agency email in the application. Maybe like he's a contractor and that's the actual name of his employer, or I don't really know. That's not enough for me to label it a scam, but it is a bit confusing. I did end up texting Nicholas asking him if Impact Insurance has a website, but he did not write back. Generally, employees for these companies will not cooperate with me. And so when people are like sympathetic to the fact that, Shaquille and Nicholas are being featured on this video and on this channel for the actions of their employer, well, they're also not turning around and dishing stuff out about their employer, especially since it's a former employer. Nicholas has the power to tell me the website, their address, their actual operating name. He can dish out everything, but he's just not talking. I would love to have something, either a confirmation from him or a website, or he could tell me their former address so I can see, which one of these it is, or just something to really solidify this is Impact Insurance we're talking about and which entity they actually are in the state of Florida. But unfortunately, he's not going to cooperate with me, so we'll never know. So I'll just have to take Shaquille and Nicholas's words on it that the company involved is Impact Insurance, and therefore I will add Impact Insurance to the list.